Hello. I wish you a happy time. I am Dan, and I came with another video to learn more about data science. If you have seen the video, 4 Basic Terms of Data Science, you are familiar with the variable definition by now. This video is going to talk about the variable and check its types from different aspects, so stay with me. To remind, a variable is a characteristic that is different from one subject to another. And basically we are going to determine the parameters based on that. The first perspective that is supposed to categorize variables is quantitative or categorical. Variables. A dataset can contain quantitative or categorical data or both. What is the difference between the two? The data that are reported with the help of numbers, and these numbers have an order criterion in relation to each other, meaning that they are not only a symbol for a category, are called quantitative data, like what? The number of people on the planet, the amount of wind speed in different regions, the annual profit of a company. Data that are reported using categories are called categorical or qualitative data. Like what? Today's weather condition: sunny, windy, cloudy, rainy. Installment payment status: fully settled, in progress, overdue installments. Music style: jazz, pop, traditional, rock, hip-hop. As you can see, the categories can be in 2 general modes. One condition is that they do not have any preference for each other, such as rainy or cloudy, which are called nominal. The second case is that they have order in relation to each other. For example, health status, which can vary from good to bad, which is called ordinal. Sometimes, for the simplicity of the analysis process, categories are shown with numerical symbols, such as male and female categories are shown with 1 and 0. But the point is that these numbers do not convert qualitative variables into quantitative variables, because we cannot attribute a number outside of these 2 states. For example, the number 2 does not represent any category. The next view divides the variables into continuous and discrete categories. What is called discrete data? Data that can take discrete values of numbers, such as the set of natural numbers 1, 2, 3, and so on, are called discrete variables. The number of pots in a house, the number of cars in a garage, the number of days of the year, and any variable that deals with numbers and somehow can be guessed in advance with values like 1, 12, 4000, is a discrete variable. What data are continuous? Data that can take any possible value between negative infinity and positive infinity are called continuous data. The temperature of the air, the intensity of an earthquake, the volume of today's stock market trading, the amount of water in a carrot, are all examples of a continuous variable. An interesting point about continuous variables is that they are also considered discrete. Let me explain with an example. When we report the amount of water in a celery, if the measured amount is 26.322569778452, finally we round it to 26.32 and report it. As a result, our values are reported in a discrete way and they cannot accept any value. The last perspective that labels the variables is the relationship perspective. Suppose the study consists of 2 variables. One is the representative party and the other is the ethnicity of the voters. Surveys show that, for example, the majority of Hispanics vote for the representative of the Democratic Party, and the Anglophones vote for the Republicans. This tells an objective relationship and says that there is a relationship between ethnicity and party from which a series of results can be deduced. Well, now we have two variables, one of which explains the other variable. An explanatory variable, which is ethnicity here, is called an explanatory variable, and a variable that responds to this explanation is called the response variable. We can definitely generalize this relationship to several variables. Sometimes the explanatory variable is called the independent variable and the response variable is called the dependent variable. This view creates a cause and effect relationship that is not true for many examples like this one. That is, the reason why you voted for the Democratic Party is not that you are Spanish. You know what I mean. So it is better to use the same terms as explanatory and response. Well, friends, this video is over. I will be happy to tell you your opinions. Wait for the next video.